Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. Tonight we're going to take a look at the Traxxas TRX4 versus a stock Vaterra Ascender K5 Blazer kit. Once again, the K5 Blazer is a kit that I built a couple weeks ago, and I'm comparing it to my brand new Traxxas TRX4. Here's the course that we're going to run. I call this Log Mountain. It's about 4.5 to 5 feet tall, and it has a lot of bracing to get between the hard parts, but it's pretty cool stuff. Here, first up is the new Traxxas TRX4. The TRX4 is pretty feature-rich. It's loaded with locking differentials. You can lock front, or both front and back. So if you're trying to climb something hard, you can lock it up. If you're on the trail, just driving around, you can unlock it to put less stress on the system. It also has a 2-speed transmission going slow and fast. Comes with a lot of fancy details like snorkel, mirrors, obviously the roll cage. On the back we have a nice tire. The TRX4, of course, compared to the Vaterra, has a lot more clearance, both underneath from front to back, but then it also has those new portal style axles, which you can see there I got hung up anyway. It's a pretty steep incline right there, which allow it to climb over rocks more easily to pass underneath those portals. So after running both of them, I will say that this truck does better on like rough, rocky terrain than my Vaterra Ascender does. The Ascender, you have to take a little more time and figure out where you're going. The Vaterra is plenty capable of doing the same terrain, but you have to think more about what you're doing. You can't just willy-nilly slam yourself in there. So now we're working our way up here. As you can see, we're starting to work up the hill. With the Traxxas TRX4, you have to get it on both planks all the way, all wheels. If you don't get one of the wheels on, it'll just hang it off and you will not be able to make it up the ramp, or you'll slide the wheel up the whole way. So you can see here, I'm kind of rocking the truck back and forth to get all the wheels onto the ramps that I've set up here. So the pros about the Traxxas, obviously all the cool features that it has really make it a fun truck. The weight is good and bad. It's almost, I don't want to say twice as heavy as the Vaterra Ascender. This truck is pretty dang heavy though. It really weighs a ton compared. And so it's good and bad. It helps it grip better because it's pushing harder on whatever you're trying to climb. However, sometimes it can actually cause it to have, it's going to flip over a little bit easier, especially because a lot of the weight of this truck is towards the back of the truck. And with all those cool details on the back, I mean, you're dealing with some weight that's going to actually make the truck want to tip backwards. I think that's why people are saying that it's really not that top heavy, but it is back heavy, and that tends to pull the truck back and make it flip over backwards. So that can be a problem. So anyway, the weight can be a good or bad thing. Screwed up here. Oops. I didn't come off quite right, and now I'm starting to slip off the edge. So I'm just gonna, right there, I just couldn't get the truck to go any higher up, so start over. It's a little tricky section there. I've changed the wood up a little bit since last time I ran it, so I have to get used to how to dismount from this little bridge here. Now, coming up here, you're going to see one of the issues that this truck has. There you go. I cleared it that time, no problem. As I come down here, you're going to see me wiggle these wheels. I'm trying to get the wheels to turn all the way to the right. They go left, but I can't get it to turn any more right. I just wanted to show you that. Now, once I move the truck, the wheels turn right. I'd say my biggest issue right now with this truck is that the servo just isn't powerful enough to turn those wheels when you get it into even just a little bit of binding. And that's kind of frustrating because you kind of feel like, come on, would you turn? And I've heard horror stories of people upgrading their servos to more powerful servos and then frying their ESCs. So I'm not sure what to do about that, but at least the servo hasn't burned out. I'm very careful not to leave it in a turned position. I try to make sure that the servo is always able to move freely so it doesn't burn itself out. The tires work pretty well. You can see they're gripping on the edge and it's not sliding. I find that they're pretty sticky and pretty grippy, so I'm very happy with the TXR4. It was 95 degrees outside when I recorded this, so that was me looking very unhappy and sweating my head off. Next up, we have the Vaterra Ascender kit. This was, once again, I built this myself. So a little bit older tech. We're looking at a 2-year-old truck here. Nothing's been upgraded. Everything, including the tires, is stock. You can see me start my ascent here. And I really do love the Vaterra, though. I got to say, it does ride a little bit lower. And you're going to see right here where the TRX4 had no problem there. I actually slid on the bottom. And so I decided here I was going to change my angle a little bit. And yeah, I'm going to go right up this, no problem, right? Look, looks good. Everything looks great. And nope, I bottomed out. But a little bit of gas and the thing finally does catch and go. Now the Vaterra, once again, is a lot lighter. And here's I think, I don't know if it's the tires or if it's the light weight. I think it's probably the light weight that does this. Because I think the Traxxas tires are actually stickier than the default or the stock Super Swampers. But I cannot do this with the Vaterra. Watch me do this. So I'm going to pull the truck up and it just pulls itself right back up onto the wood. The Traxxas will not do that. The Traxxas will just drag that back wheel all the way up the ramp. It can't pull itself up. So I think that's one place where the weight makes a difference. Another place where the weight makes the difference, believe it or not, is battery life. I have been able to go over 3 miles on a 2200 milliamp battery with my Vaterra Ascender. Battery lasts at least an hour, 2200 milliamps. Once again, that's a 3-cell 2200 milliamp battery. Not so with the Traxxas. The Traxxas gets about a half an hour off that same battery. Not sure why that's the case, but the Traxxas is much less efficient when it comes to it just eats the batteries up. And even slow driving, it's not like I'm changing my driving style. I'm doing it the same way both times. And I have the exact same problem with this truck, so this is going to end up, you can see here me trying to get those front wheels to grip a little. Nope, the truck's just going to fall off, so I'm going to do it over again. Ugh. And this time I have a little bit of a difficulty getting onto the bridge, but I make it safely, so. But yeah, it's a little, the Vaterra is much better on batteries. And the electronics that I'm using the Vaterra, I probably should tell you that, because obviously it's, you know, that part's not stock for the ready to run. They're hopped up electronics, quote unquote. I have a quick run Hobbywing $20 waterproof ESC. I'm using a FlySky GT3B transmitter, that 3-channel transmitter. Channel 3 I use to turn the lights on and off. And I'm using a $5 Metal Gear servo from China. And you can see my truck did not bind at all with the servo going over the same exact spots. This Metal Gear servo from China for $5 works way better than the Traxxas servo. So who's the clear winner? Well, they're both great products, and I don't think there really is a clear winner. I think the Traxxas offers more stuff, but I feel like the Vaterra is a little bit more sturdy as far as its build quality. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to give me thumbs up. Definitely leave your comments, and if you really like the videos, be sure to subscribe. You can always donate to our channel. That helps me buy more of these trucks, and I'd like to continue doing these reviews. So if you guys like what you see, you know, donations always help. Click on the button in the description. Have a great night, guys. See you next time.